Hey guys, welcome back to Character Rep Woodshop. If you're new here, my name's John and I represent the Character Rep brand. If you're not new here, thanks for checking out another video. So in this week's video, what we're going to tackle is another workbench. And the reason why I'm making another workbench is because I recently purchased a drill press, a joiner, and a bandsaw. And I need a place for those to all be mounted and be functional and be mobile around the shop. I already made my version of the ultimate workbench. I'm going to modify those plans even more, change it around a little bit, and I'm going to turn this into a workbench to where I can mount these. And not only that, I'm going to incorporate some storage to where I can store some of my consumable items and items that I would be using for all of these tools. If you like this video, make sure you give it a like. If I've captured enough of your interest for you to subscribe, I would love that. It would be awesome to bring you a part of the Character Red team. With that being said, let's dive into this week's video. Alright, see ya. Okay, so step one and the first thing that I learned in this project this week is definitely make sure you know how to work your saw before you start trying to cut. And then after you figure out how to do that, we're going to move into actually cutting it. So I'm using the WEN Track Saw and I just recently picked this up. What I'm doing is I'm cutting the two side panels, and these are going to allow me to have the French cleat storage just like my last workbench. And then I'm going to start cutting all the legs, and I'm going to let you guys watch that and listen to some music, and I'll pick it up on the next step. So I do want to add and point out that each one of these legs are going to be 4 inches wide, and once I cut all of them to length, each one of them is going to go in an L pattern, one butted up right up against the next one, and then that will allow me to attach them to the side panels and make a majority of the workbench. Okay, so now that you have each half leg cut, what I like to do is I like to mark out where I'm going to put my screws and how I really want to lay out these boards. The only thing that you really need to remember is put it up into an L shape and make sure you are using wood glue throughout this entire build. Wood glue will make your workbench stand the test of time, and it will take out any bow or flex that you may have. All you're going to do is repeat each step, and then we will move on to the next one. So this would have to be my favorite part of the build, is actually putting the side panel on and screwing it in. All you got to do is put some wood glue, put that side panel down, pre-drill your holes, sink your screws, and I like to reinforce it with some 23 gauge pin nails. Now I'm going to start attaching the bottom runners. Same thing, you want to pre-drill everything. Everything goes with wood glue to make sure you take out that bow and you take out that flex. Okay, so now you need to measure, make sure you got the dimensions right, and then set your track saw back up, and we are going to cut the middle for the actual platform. That way we can store some consumables. After you've done that, you're going to set it in, pre-drill, wood glue, and sink your screws. Next step, you're going to grab the top runners, and we are going to put some wood glue in there, pre-drill some holes and then sink your screws, and you're going to do that on both sides. Fun part, and the part that I actually messed up, you always want to measure twice, that way you can cut once and have a reliable cut. So I ended up cutting this a little bit off. I was a couple inches off. I thought it was 36 by 36. It wasn't, so I had to cut another piece, and I will eventually be replacing this top once it gets a little bit worn, but it's nothing too crazy. It's nothing that's going to sacrifice the strength of the build. I actually put a board underneath the bottom, that way it could support it a little bit more. Alright guys, so as you can see, I've already set up my joiner, my bandsaw, the drill press, and starting those first initial cuts. So I added some caster wheels, but other than that, that will do it for this week's video. If you got any questions, leave them down in the comments. I'd love to answer them. And we will catch you next time here at Character Red Woodshop. See ya.